go somewhere except for here. You move. You leave. Another definition. You depart. You don't stick around. Everyone say go.
Go.
Go. In this lesson, we will learn about 8 elements about discipling people. Point 1. You can't express it enough. But it starts out there. It starts out there. We convert with new visitors. You see, those visitors that have come, don't answer this. Has anybody gone to see him yet? They're out in the field. Has anybody called him? I'm sure Pastor has, because that's his job. I would hope he did. But we can't rely on the man of God to do it by himself. Because if we did, we'd be waiting a long time. Because you can only do so many things in an 8-hour day shift. And this poor man would be so wore out and tired. That's why it takes everybody. For those visitors. Connect with them. Just a simple phone call. Even if you didn't get a hold of them, leave a voicemail. Or maybe, hey, this guy, this person, they live in Cedar Springs. I go by Cedar Springs every day. Maybe I'll just stop by and say hi. I couldn't get a hold of them. And then maybe leave a little sticky note. Hey, Out of Rock Worship Center loves you. Hope to see you Sunday. God bless. Easy. Something simple. And then hopefully once you get going like that, they get tired of all those sticky notes, they'll probably call somebody. If anything, they'll say, will you please stop leaving a sticky note on my door? Yeah. And then we can say, well, we just love you. And are you okay? Is there anything we can do to help you? And yeah, we'll stop leaving sticky notes on your door. We'll just drop stuff at your door, though. Maybe a goodie bag instead of sticky notes. Because we care. We love you. And if anything, we just want to be friends. We want to get to know you. We want to start a relationship. Is what's next. And then once you start a relationship, you begin to spend time a little bit. Hey, what are you doing Tuesday? Sure, let's go for coffee real quick. Yeah. What's your family doing? Want to come over for dinner? Come on over. Now those things are all great and dandy, right? But here's the big kicker, if I can say it like that. It's going to cost you. T-I-M-E. That's the biggest one. You're probably all thinking money. Money. Go collect $1 pop cans and buy them a piece of gum or something. But the biggest thing is time. Time. As you look how Jesus' examples, you don't see him doing these things. We tried them in the 80s and the 90s. The mass visitations, I can remember doing that. I was with one of those. I mean, I did it before. Hey, let's go out there Saturday at 10 o'clock. And then everyone got so tired and bored. And, hey, it's visitation day. And only one person showed up. And we got burned out. Then it went to promotions. Hey, we're doing this. Da, 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 da. But that eventually sizzled out. Because people got tired of not winning anything. Like that. Number one, I ain't going back. Or my people will get with your people and we'll talk. You get with my people get with your people. But you see, Jesus didn't operate like that. He operated on a one-on-one basis, a one-on-one relationship. Right. The greatest story that I could think of when I was studying this thing is, man, Jesus met a lot of people. He went out in the field. But there was one particular person that really stood out for me. Because Jesus went out of his way. Zacchaeus, get out of that tree. You little man, you. Such a little man, he had to climb up a tree. Now, Zacchaeus, he was a tax collector. He was on the wanted posters. He was. He was on the wanted posters. All through Jericho. Wanted. Tax collector. Dead or alive. You got to remember, they hated him. I did some digging. This is what I found out. Tax collectors were not popular in Jesus' day. And were commonly regarded as sinners. Why? Because they collected money for the Romans. Right. Oh, you filthy animal, you. What are you doing? Taking my money. And did you know, tax collectors, they didn't make a wage. How they made their wage was, oh, looks like your taxes went up $20. You owe me $20 more. And that's why they were hated even more. One, they were working for the Romans, and two, they were charging extra for their income. Over. You thought inflation was bad. That's how they got rich. That's how they were hated. And it got to the point where most of all the tax collectors were so greedy, that's how they were dishonest. It's $50. It keeps going up. I don't know what to say. Your land's worth a lot. You get my point? Zacchaeus was hated. But something about that little man wanted to change. Right. Because he wouldn't be up in a tree waiting for Jesus to pass by. Right. And so I can imagine when Jesus said, little man, come on down. I'm going to stop at your house. Forget climbing. That guy probably jumped out of the tree. Those small legs probably just like a springboard. All right. Moving on. I hope you get the point. Discipling someone is done Monday through Saturday. Acts chapter 2, verses 46. And they continued daily with one accord in the temple and breaking bread from house to house. They did it daily. They did it every day. Not just on Sunday. They did it every day. The typical saved person fosters relationship around other sanctified people and not the sinner. So true. Well, I don't want to hang out with those guys. But we must remember, we too were once lost. And we didn't know Jesus. Right. Yep. Right. Make it an appointment to get with someone. Make it an appointment. Call one of those visitors that Sister Chris mentioned. Even Sister Debbie. Man, it's awesome. I've never seen a first-time visitor just glued. And that's what's so awesome. Because why? Because she's seen that we love and care. But now she needs to see it out there. We need to go out there where she's at. Not just here Sunday. Someone needs to rub up shoulders and disciple with her. Hey, you want a Bible study? Hey, what do you know about Jesus? I know you've been coming to church, and that's so awesome. How about we grow together? 1 Peter 2, 9 and 10. Remember, we were sinners too. But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God, which have not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. There was a point in time in my life that I did not know Jesus Christ. A little 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old, 8th grade, I don't know how old, that's so long ago. I'm getting old. Riding on this bus, going to school. I'll never forget it, and you'll never forget it. And that's your testimony. But for me, it was riding a little school bus going to school, sitting in the middle. And all the big seniors and all the big kids sat in the back, you know. You dared not to sit in the back, or they just grab you and throw you in the front. Get out of here, chum. You got to earn this. But I will never forget this girl, my neighbor. I was afraid to death of her. I mean, I talked to her once in a great while. We had the same bus stop, you know. I mean, here she's in high school. I mean, I'm just a little kid. And then she starts talking to me. You talking to me? Me? She's like, yeah, you're my neighbor. I was like, yeah, that's right. And I'll never forget it. She's like, John, you've been riding this bus for the longest time, and you're my neighbor. I've never talked to you. But you know, today I got to tell you something. You want to go to church? I was like, what? You should say church. You know, because she's one of the cool kids in the back. Okay, sure, I'll go to church. Now, at that time, my parents were not in church. We had a background of the Lutheran church. You know, I mean, you had to be quiet. That's all I can remember. Be quiet or you'll get hit. That or they had these little booths that you can go in the back where they had these windows and you get to see the service and you can scream and jump and make fun of the guy. Anyway, let's get back to this. I'm sorry. Anyway, she invited me to church. And man, what an absolute difference. That's Jesus. And it was so much that I was like, wow. And then at the last, because I rode with her parents were pretty cool. And they say, John, did you like church? I go, I love church. I like it, come again. And so they invited me. That's all great and dandy. But it wasn't until they invited me over to their house. I started going over there for dinner. I started going over there so much. John, it's your mom. She wants you to come home. This is not your home. You get the point? We built a relationship. So much that when you build a relationship, you feel comfortable. That you can just go and just say, you know, Angie, I blew up a frog today. You start telling them stuff that you would not tell your mom because you'd get in trouble. M80, firecracker. We had a cricket man now. Talk to me after church. We gotta get going to suicide. But you get the point. You start a relationship, and then you connect. Point 3: we are to help them first by protecting them from evil, from the evil one. John 17, verse 15. I pray not thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil.